Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please do subscribe if you have not already. I come out with these videos pretty regularly, so I will do more stock analysis, and definitely drop a comment below if you want to see something specifically. So let's revisit this one. I've done a video before on Square, but it just keeps getting better and better. Square right now has a moderate buy with 23 ratings, which are 18 are buy, 4 are hold, and 1 are sell, with a price target average of $313.15 as of the close, which on September 8th, 2021 was $254.72. That's almost 23% upside from the close of today. And the stock analysis also has a SMART score of 9, which is a very good outperform. That's what you like to see. Now let's look at the income statement, and we're going to look on a quarterly basis instead of annuals. We're going to see a more short-term view of Square and its growth. So as we can see, obviously, Square has grown quite a bit from even the end of 2019, even into the first half of 2020, where at most it had revenues of about top line revenue of about 1.9 billion, and then it skyrocketed up to a low of 3.1 billion at the end of 2020. So that's pretty big, and we can also see that in September of 2020, if we go back a quarter, Q3, that's when growth really started exploding. That's when people really started using Square more, and it was clear that it was a huge winner as part of the pandemic. More and more merchants, more and more people that lost their job, that tried their hand at having a small business. It really helped to have Square, and Square really does everything for you if you are a small business merchant. So with that being said, the most recent quarter that they had reported, which was Q2 of 2021, which ended on June 30th, 2021, Square reported about 4.6 billion in revenues, top line revenue, and they had a total net income of about 203 million. Now, if you can see back even a few quarters ago, Square, for the most part, for the last few years, has been unprofitable. Now they're starting to eke out a profit now that their margins are growing, just because, again, of the need for Square and how popular it's become. We've seen a growing bottom line net income. And now if we look at the balance sheet, we can also see that Square's balance sheet clearly since Q4 2019 has also grown to about 4.5 times more than where it was then. So that was, only 5 quarters ago, 5 quarters previous, that it was at about $1 billion in cash, and now it's about 4.5 billion in cash. So it's really good. That means that Square has a good CFO, good head on their shoulders, and is trying to steer them in the right direction as far as keeping money long term. We can also see that current assets have already ballooned to the 5 figures. Sorry, for the 5 figures. So that's pretty good. That's what you want to see. Total current assets is about 11 billion, and total current liabilities is only about 5.6 billion. So it's great working capital. They can definitely meet their needs in the short term. So that's a really good thing to see. And then total assets is about 13.8 billion, and total liabilities that's skyrocketed to about 11 billion. But that's mostly because of their long-term debt has clearly it's not well, it's almost doubled. It's almost doubled for their long-term debt. It's not what you want to see, but they are using it to their advantage. Square recently had bought Afterpay, which is based in Australia, and they're using basically all stock in the deal. Maybe they're going to finance it with a little bit of debt too, but it's basically this is all to grow the business, is taking on more long-term debt, and it could also be due to Bitcoin and cryptos too. I'm not sure. You can check me on that. If we also look at the cash flow statement, we can see that I don't know why it doesn't report for 2021 anything in the latest quarter, but clearly in 2020 we can see that there, is a little bit of a need to acquire smaller businesses. They had like $50 million here, but then we'll see soon enough a huge skyrocket in uh, Square's acquisition, obviously, of Afterpay. We can also see that they issued long-term debt of about 1.5 billion in the previous quarter. So that's again not really what you want to see, especially since they have not really been buying back as many shares as they probably could or should. So I wonder about that too. I've wondered about that for like long-term sake, what that would look like. So if we look at a portfolio of Square, Square IPO'd in, I think it was November or December of 2015, and basically we have data from January 2016 to August 2021. So if you had invested $10,000 in Square as of August 31st, 2021, you would have about $204,000. That's a 70% CAGR, adjusted for inflation, about 66%. So that's pretty amazing. And if we just want to look at 2021 itself, we can actually restructure this and look and see that so far in 2021, if you had invested $10,000, you would have about $12,317 for a 23% return. Not bad, nothing to sneeze at, that's pretty good. If we want to go even further and look at the monthly, we can actually see that for the most part, Square's been up on the year pretty well. They had a 9.56% return in June, and then a not very a measly little 1.42% in July, and then it went back up to 8.42% in August. So that's what you want to see. Again, this is a slow and steady year. This is a pretty good year to have 23% growth. And it's had 3 negative months, but really it was just 1 negative month out of the 8 so far. So that's not too bad. 1 out of 8, you'll take that. I don't really look at this negative 1.30 or negative 0.77 as too bad of a thing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and please do watch my others. Let me know what you think, and see you soon.